The Toronto Raptors continue to make moves following one of the craziest trade deadlines in NBA history, as the team has converted Jamison Battle's contract, so he has an updated contract, and frankly, I don't think people realize how good this deal is for the Toronto Raptors, how well it sets up this team for incoming season. So we're going to discuss this contract, this move that Masai Ujiri made, and why this is way better than what people are even really describing, because it's kind of getting written off as something that was expected, which it was. But the specifics in this contract are very, very beneficial for this Toronto Raptors team. And of course, Jamison Battle for getting that guaranteed contract after, being an unknown entering this year's Summer League team, getting on the roster in preseason, and then, as a two-way guy, and now being fully converted on this Raptors team. So lots of stuff to break down in this video. But before we do, folks, I want to thank you guys all again for hitting that subscribe button. You guys have been crushing it as of late, and make sure if you want to stay up to date with everything going on with this team, whether it's the acquisition side of things, the games, the news, whatever's happening, make sure to subscribe to Raptors Digest, because it feels like we're in a new era right now. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty pumped up with what's going on here now at this point. So without further ado, let's jump into it. As news just dropped from Shams Charania that the Toronto Raptors are converting two-way forward Jamison Battle to a 3-year standard NBA deal. Sources tell ESPN. The Ohio State product has averaged 5.4 points per game and 12.6 minutes for the Toronto Raptors this season. Of course, for people that have been watching the Raptors, diving in, he has been in and out of the lineup for this group, playing with the G League. He's on a two-way contract. So, of course, while the Raptors were showcasing the Bruce Browns of the world, I guess Kelly Lennox and Chris Boucher, even though he didn't get traded, Jamison Battle, his minutes were taken back. Him and Mobo, they spent some time in the G League, but now he's back. He's back with the main group, and there is no limit. So we have to dive into what is going on with this, because Jamison Battle is a guy that Raptors fans fell in love with right from the jump. This season, averaging 5.4 points per game, 2 rebounds. He's intense out there on the defensive end. Still gets blown by occasionally on certain assignments, but he brings effort and energy and intensity, but shoots 42% from behind the three-point line, 40% on corner threes, and this is in limited run. And we know this, having seen so many three-point shooters over the years for the Toronto Raptors be, so hyped up, expected to come in and have an impact and stuff, and then just their shooting splits fall off a cliff when they end up coming to the Raptors. More of a early 2010s thing, it's there's been some of those guys of recent seasons, the Matt Thomases of the world, but Jamison Battle, even in his limited runs, even when he's not playing, gets subbed in for a certain stretch, he's always pretty good for one or two of those three-point shots to go down. I mean, 41% from behind the three-point line is pretty awesome, 42%, and it feels like he's not even, in that rhythm yet, not even in that run. And of course, he is a rookie. He's 20, going to be 24 years old next season. So, Ben, people might be saying, Ben, you're overreacting, you're overstating this. This is hyperbolic. You saying this is an absolute W of a deal, but I can't describe how important this contract is going to be for the Toronto Raptors. Maybe not this season, but of course, having him as a full-time Raptor, to development and stuff, it's important for this season, but really for the next couple of years. Because basically looking at it, and, Blake Murphy gives some insight into it as well. Knew this was coming. Battle gets a standard NBA spot and a pay bump for the rest of the season. The Raptors will have him on for 2 more years beyond this at the minimum. Flexibility they've had from saving their mid-level. So, multiple seasons, next season and the year after, the Toronto Raptors are getting a 42% three-point shooter that has size and length and can play defense. And he's only a rookie, so he's still developing. He's a little bit of an older rookie, but still a rookie, so he's still developing his game. Having that at a minimum contract, when you are paying Scottie Barnes a max, when you're probably going to be playing Brandon Ingram a max, when you've paid Immanuel Quickley an exorbitant amount of money, when you have a bunch of guys' contracts kicking in after next season, having players, because RJ Barrett's on a significant contract, Jakob Poeltl's on a significant contract, Gradey Dick we have to focus on a couple years from now. Having guys locked in on salaries like this that are capable of producing for your team, that are capable of having an impact for your roster out there when you're being competitive, or at least you're paying guys a ton of money, that is invaluable for the Toronto Raptors. That is crucial. That is exactly what needs to happen for this team, because so many times we've seen two ways in the Yuta Watanabes, the guys that we've had in recent years, they're two ways. And it's like, oh, your contract is signed for like next season, but it's unguaranteed and stuff. No. Jamison Battle's locked in for at least the next 2 seasons beyond this one. And getting a guy that's producing at this level, despite being not in a consistent mainstay out there in the rotation, this is a major, major win for the Toronto Raptors. Yes, of course. He's been in the G League. He's been in up and down in the lineup. So it's unguaranteed that he's going to be a superstar role player for this Toronto Raptors team. But you're getting him at the minimum. It's a minimum contract for multiple seasons. How many of these deep bench guys, how many of these random summer league players have we gotten excited about, have we brought in and we've looked at and we say, hey, they're not going to be here next year. We get excited for stretches. They get hurt. Something happens. They have a horrible stretch of games, whatever the heck it is. And that's just how it goes. Jamison Battle is not only not that case, but he is proving Jamison Battle can be a rotation player in the NBA right now. I think he is. I think he's that level of talent. Just at the rate at which he hits three-point shots, how quick his release is, he's not afraid to fire him up, and how consistent he is behind the arc. And now on a team where, there's a lot of slashers on this group, Jakob Poeltl, Scottie Barnes, RJ Barrett, lots of guys getting the rim. He can floor space for a lot of people. This is exactly the type of guy you want to have on your roster, and you want to have it for multiple seasons. As we continue to improve, we get better, and he's only a rookie. He's only going to get better. So, absolute W for Masai Ujiri. Absolutely just, I want to call it a heist. I want to call it a steal. But, of course, he is a two-way guy, building up, working up the rings, climbing up the rungs of that ladder for the Toronto Raptors. But I am very, very excited for Jamison Battle to be on this team for a very, very long time. This isn't your usual two-way conversion, and I think Orlando Robinson's good, but Jamison Battle, right? Like 10-day Orlando gets a full roster spot, whatever the heck is going to happen. Jamison Battle's on a whole nother level than these other guys that we've talked about in recent seasons. So there's all that, but there's another topic I kind of want to discuss. Not like a full main topic, but a little piece. Brandon Ingram. He's taken that number 3 jersey, that OG Anunoby, the number 3. So it's he's worn 14 out there for the New Orleans Pelicans, but Jacoby Walter wears 14 right now. So it was a little bit of drama about, hey, will Jacoby Walter give the number up? What's going to happen here? But no, Brandon Ingram's running with the number 3 for the Toronto Raptors, and he had some nice quotes. He's around. He was eager to join this Toronto Raptors group. He's out there with the team, and he seems very, very happy, very, very happy and excited to join this Raptors group. So we'll break down his quotes and everything that's going on, and more vids and stuff that's happened. The Raptors have a fun game coming up tonight. So we'll keep it locked. We'll keep you posted on everything that's happening with this team, with this squad here now at this point. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about the Jamison Battle signing, about the moves the Toronto Raptors made. Very, very excited for Brandon Ingram, this signing, and stuff that's going down here now at this point. Shout out Jamison Battle. Congrats on the contract. You guys are the best. I'm signing out. Cheers.